Okay. Welcome to the fire committee for Tuesday, January 14th. First meeting 2025. Like to call this meeting in order. Do we have any pecuniary interest?
None known.
Okay. We have delegations, circulation of prior meeting minutes. They were approved at the last council meeting. Business arising, nothing. I see there's no ongoing task list, but I do see that there was one outstanding from before. And it was the community fire master plan. It was deferred from 2024. I'm assuming it's going to be on the budget for 2025.
It'll probably still be sitting there, Tim, but we're kind of waiting to see where we're going for development. And then if we get direction there, we'll
Okay,
proceed with it then.
okay, thanks, Chief.
And that's just my recommendations.
Council issues, correspondence, nothing, health and safety. See the health and safety sheets. Everything looks good. I'll move to receive and file health and safety.
Seconded.
You. New business, monthly report for November and December. Go ahead, Chief.
Okay, as far as number of volunteers, we lost 3 last month. So 3 people are no longer with us. Training, just we try to take the month of December off, so guys still come on Monday night regardless, do their truck checks and check things, which is appreciated. Responses, they're average, we were down 15 calls this year compared to last year. So usually we're always in that 130 mark, close to it. Community relations, Christmas in the Village events, sign your Christmas parade. Appreciate all our guys that spend the time at the hall for the day and the night to take care of all that. Ridgeview School Christmas breakfast, that was our first time for us. It was enjoyable. Annual Santa Responders Toy Drive, great success again. We'll probably looking at another person to give to next year because people are being so generous of donating from all over. Presentation was completed by Enbridge to the mayor and myself in the department for zero program for the smoke and seal alarms, which were very appreciated. We put another one in last week for a resident, which is nice. Fire safety inspection, 4 points visits for the West Wing still, walk through with the building for the new apartment building, which we hope to go in again today. Talking early February that they're going to have the first resident in there, so they're cruising right along nicely. Community emergency management, Claudio.
Yeah, so in that time frame, we did the exercise in the group. That was went really well, and there's something different this year with the reception center and stuff, so lots of follow-up on that still to come to. Met with the bases EM committee, go through some of their retooling bases is, so there's a lot of steps forward as we go. So there's a lot of work being done there. 402 traffic stakeholder meeting was out in Warwick. I attended that with some of the other EMs that are on the 402 corridor, just talking about upcoming work, construction projects. MTO was there too. Nothing surprising or the ordinary. I did ask about that section of 402 over top of the Boston Trail. So they finished the 1 lane, and next year they're going to start the 2nd lane. So it's going to be the same thing, just a different bottleneck through there. So we'll see some backups, I'm sure, from that again, as we did last summer. We had our county year-end meeting as well, just a wrap up for that. And their compliance was submitted. I did, from bases, they've announced the EP day for 2025, which is going to be May 10th. I mentioned in previous meetings that they're changing the format a bit. Before it was kind of Thursday or Friday, schools would attend, and there'd be kind of a smash and grab. This year they're doing it on a Saturday to try and generate more family interest. And it's gonna be at Lambton College this year, at the main campus, from 10 to 2. They're gonna be having, obviously booths and demonstrations, but also, different EMs and we'll be doing, presentations on different topics. We'll have a speaker stage that'll be up there, we'll talk about stuff too, so. Still planning to be done on that, but, the flyer did come out last week on that, so. We'll work our calendars. That's all I had on my list. Yeah.
Perfect. We had a meeting with the St. Clair Sheriff's Dive Team back in November, December. I don't know the exact date off the top of my head. We're just trying to talk to their agency to find how we can help one another out. There's been a lot of changes in staff, super group of people to work with. They're more than willing to work with us in any which way. So we'll probably have a meeting come spring that we'll go over and see them and see how we can help one another out. Met with Blue Water Bridge staff regarding the standpipe. We did training up on the bridge and that went well. There's no major problems there. So just working with their team to try to improve everything on the bridge for water supply. Facility update, nothing really at this time to report. Exterior, interior, nothing. Vehicles, sound like a broken record, but we are just, I talked about last year about our budget for operating budget and maintenance, and we're just getting beat up badly. Engine 1, Rescue 3, Ladder 2 has all had their annual safety, but they have more than doubled in price for any of the services that they do now. And it's just the way they do safeties, and it's out of our hands. Unit 4 had new brakes, tires put on it, front end alignment. SCBA's, they had their annual testing. We had 4 units that have failed. We are starting to have problems to get parts for these air packs. So as we all know that we have on our list that our air packs are gonna have to be replaced. I think it's just a way of them doing business that just sooner or later they'll just keep on nickel and diming you, or you can't get parts and they're forcing us to replace. Ladder 2 required 2 new batteries. Health and safety, we attended the required trainings for the health safety coordinator, presentation with Alzheimer's. Final year meeting and site inspections completed with no issues to report. Security, nothing. Capital budget, no issues to report. Pumping gear has been received, waiting on hose. Testing machine, it's supposed to be here before the new year, and got damaged in shipment, so we're waiting for it to come in. Community feedback, letters thanks from St. Clair Child and Youth for the toy drive. Thanks from Blue Water Health for the toy drive, and thank you from Bridgeview School for the ongoing support and education that we deliver to the school. Upcoming events, Lambton County Fire Trade Show is coming up in this month at the college. We're hoping that's going to come back to the village for 4 Points sometime. Learning webinar for newly consulted NFPA 1035, 1031 standards. Closing comments, members attended the live fire training day at Lambton College, well attended, lots of hard work went into the training preparation for that day. Attended emergency exercise hosted by Plains Midstream. Members manned the fire hall and passed out candy for fire prevention for Halloween. Members manned the fire hall, signed out or helped out with the cookies, hot chocolate for Christmas in the village, and decorated the golf cart and old truck for the parade. The Members Day parade, in attendance. Deputy attended Lambton County Fire Prevention Association meeting, and myself attended the Lambton County Fire Chiefs meeting in Petrolia. And I still have not received anything, Marianne, on when I was talking about EMS for these new codes that they're talking about, bad weather and that. They said they would get to us. I have not received anything, and that was back in November. We had that meeting.
I did send you a report yesterday, just I thought you'd find out of interest. That was the year
Yeah.
report.
Yeah.
Talking about, biggest issue right now is delays in offloading at the hospital, and from both sides, they're working on trying to improve those numbers. But it doesn't reference
Anything about the codes. Yeah.
anything about the
Yeah.
codes, yeah.
Yeah, I actually surprised, I was told yesterday that EMS had to go from Brights Grove to Chatham for code 4, that they're that down on either equipment, man, I don't know if it's manpower or whatever. My concerns I have as a fire chief is they've taken all our medical calls and they're trying to get us not to do any of them. And now all of a sudden, now they can't make the calls or can't get it, and that's not fair to the public for they're expecting the service.
So they're going to Chatham because Chatham is down equipment?
No.
No.
It was just that busy and there's either having problems with whoever or wherever, but the whole system seems to be that they're having difficulties with either their trucks or they can't get people. I have no idea.
Well, and in that report, it does mention that they're hiring from the next grad class at the college, although I think it's half-time,
Yeah.
not full-time, but it's the beginning. I think the number was 7. So they're trying to beef up resources, and that's an issue in a lot of these specialized services is getting people that are trained. So they're trying to encourage people to get into those programs.
My problem is that we are trained and they've taken
Yeah,
all our medical calls away because they're not needed. And people are sitting there waiting for someone to come and someone might not be coming, period. So it's all across the board, so
Yeah, keep in
I'm
mind.
going in the right direction as far as I'm concerned. That's it.
Thanks, chief. Your worship, any
Yeah,
questions?
I had a question on numbers. So, in your numbers, it said three recruits in training, and you talked about 3 recruits being gone.
I said three firefighters.
Okay, differential.
Yeah, we
Okay,
still have to-
okay,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
it was just the number of 3 that
Yeah.
was in common.
One
and I-
recruit's gone and then the other ones are that were responding.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
And I did want to mention, like, November, December, it was really busy, a lot of community stuff, where everybody stepped up to do the toy drive, and I appreciated the response for the Christmas parade. I know that's difficult because it's the same day as Christmas in the village, and it always is. But it's amazing how many people do step forward to participate and respond, and I was glad that we had enough people to do the parade participation as well. And the toy drive was amazing. I agree, when you suggested maybe adding another recipient next year. Like, I always like to see the most people that can get a gift, right? Like, to be supported rather than one person gets it all. It's nice when you can share it out if you have enough,
Yeah.
like, so.
With that too, and I didn't mention it, day before we were delivering the toys, I received a call from Cabot. And Cabot did their
Oh,
own
yeah.
toy drive and they asked if they could, and I said, absolutely, so I went down and picked everything up and. Great partnership when somebody does something like that, and
Yeah.
People are very genuine, very
Yeah.
kind there, so. And they're looking forward to next year supporting more and possibly making it bigger, so.
But there's an example of an external company that knows pick up phone call point, or
Yeah.
we can work together, so that's good recognition. So I just wanted to thank everybody for the extra work that comes at that time of year, and then the other thing you mentioned about the new hotel, I met a lady the other night that's moving in to the penthouse February 1st.
Not the hotel,
Sorry, the
condominium.
condominium.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said she's on the penthouse.
Yeah.
Moving out of Venetian and moving into the building, so. They'll be starting to move over. I'd like to get a tour. I'd like to see the inside.
Just call them.
Yeah, I know, I just,
I've got a new
Yeah.
email regarding
yeah,
it, so. I just want to echo the thanks from council on, the work you guys do, especially it was a busy couple months, the toy drive and everything else, and then personally, my family was in town over Christmas and I took them to the fire hall, and you guys were more than generous with your time, and they had a blast, seeing the equipment and And the little kids and the big kids enjoyed it too, like, they all learned a lot, so thank you very much, Evans, personally, on that. So, receive and file that report then,
So moved.
move on, any new business?
The only thing I'd like to, I think at the next committee meeting, we'll probably be discussing capital. So if you get all your ideas together for capital requests. And we'll be setting up a time for you to sit down with Jane, because there's different papers to fill out this year. So we'll spend some time, and it's not a difficult thing, it's the last few years, we've been putting that not introduction, but a brief explanation of each item. And there's a form to put that on now, so we'll go over how to get that done, but we need to get that process rolling. Assuming that we will pass the environmental services budget tonight, and then we'll move on to the other budgets after that, so.
Thank you. So, financial statements. Mary Ann?
No, I didn't have any questions. I mean, there's not too much to look at so early.
Well, no, it's last year's though.
Sorry, yeah, sorry.
I have one. And I'm hoping it's an error. It's the firefighter weekends. We are, let's see, $78,000 over budget. Based on last month's transactions of $84,000. I'm just, is that a keen error or something?
Yeah, I would say that's an error somewhere, because it's,
You know.
That's a set budget.
That's
Put it-
near
put it in
impossible.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder, because the
Yeah.
point pay is quite low,
Yeah.
so it might be the
Is it,
weekends got charged to the.
it got moved on?
I don't know it for a fact.
Okay.
I'll have to look into it, but it
Well,
wouldn't
well-
surprise me if that's.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, great, thank you. That was my only question on that. So I guess move it, receive and file that, please.
So moved.
Okay, thank you. Anybody have anything else? No? Okay,
No, just one thing,
Sorry, Chief.
if everything that's changing here, I think then something should be sent to me monthly, or Jane, the reports or whatever, wherever we're going, because everything's different now, with Jane being in here now, that we keep an eye on this kind of stuff. This is the first I heard of this.
Well,
Maybe a monthly something that they said, I mean, Tina one time used to give you one every so often to an update, so.
like a printout
Yeah.
of this,
so that- Yeah,
yeah, that can be.
keep a bite on.
Like we didn't circulate the detailed information. With the financial statements are just the summary now.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is there's information in that detailed agenda that,
Yeah.
Jane's recommendation is we don't share that. Like there's some
Privacy
detail,
concerns.
yeah,
Yeah.
about specific individuals, so,
Employees,
so
yes,
we're not likely gonna be circulating that detailed stuff anymore. If you have questions,
It's available.
we can give you information, but
okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, good. Okay, well, I guess we'll adjourn, and the next meeting will be February 11th, 8:30 AM. Thank you.
give me a second.